We got a very saucy video today because what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to show you how to use AI, but hold up, not the way you probably think or not the way I'm used to showing you how to use AI. It's not going to be for prompts. It's not going to be for video creation, nothing like that, but I'm going to show you how you can use AI to double down on your sales angle in your videos. Very underrated method, very underrated thing that a lot of people probably aren't really doing. I haven't seen a lot of people do it, but it can make you more money. So let's get into it. As you can see on your screen, let me make this a little bit smaller. So as you can see right here, I'm gonna be showing you how to use AI to argue your points on TikTok Shop. When you're a TikTok Shop affiliate, you have one job, and it's to show why they need this product and why the product matters. And then what we are going to do is use AI to make stronger cases and stronger arguments, whether that be, well, in this case, it's going to be with articles. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So AI can help you generating the research style articles that you can throw onto your TikTok. It can find studies that argue your point, surveys, references, a bunch of different stuff that you will add on your TikTok videos. And the thing is, with any point, no matter what it is, you can find an article that supports this argument, and you can find an article that supports this argument. I can go out there and find articles that says, or that say, if you take 1,000 milligrams of caffeine, then you're not going to have any side effects or any heart issues. But I can also find studies that show if you drink more than 200 milligrams a day of caffeine, then you're going to die of heart failure. You can find studies and surveys of anything, and we're going to be using studies that argue our point. What we're going to do now is we are going to be prompting the AI to back up the claim. So once you know the argument that you're going to be pointing out in your TikTok video, you're then going to have ChatGPT, you could have Grok, you could have Claude, you could have Meta, you could have whatever AI tool that you use to write you an article that supports the claim blank. Use facts, studies, and persuasive language. So an example prompt would look something like this. Write me an article that supports the claim that energy levels in the US have hit an all-time low. Include references to workplace stress, caffeine use, and health surveys. AI will then generate a ready-to-use script or article-style piece that you can summarize into your TikTok video and you can use on your script. Next, we are going to be extracting the sound bites. The sound bites aren't really anything that we're going to be, I mean, this is something that varies person to person. Everybody's going to have their own way of saying or talking about the article, but it could look something like this. So examples from the energy level argument. So according to the workplace studies, US employees are reporting record levels of fatigue. Next one being caffeine consumption has doubled in the last 30 years, yet people are still more tired than ever. Experts say stress and lack of sleep are draining the nation's energy. And then you can point up at your article. Then you will add the example or the product tie-in. Of course, this is basic TikTok Shop 101. The argument will be energy levels are at an all-time low in America. And then the tie-in is that's why this natural supplement is blowing up on TikTok. It helps restore focus and stamina without crashing. And then you talk about the product briefly, and then you tell the people, hey, if you want to get the product, check it out right here. I'm linking it below. So this is the walkthrough right here. You find your argument. Energy levels in the US are at an all-time low. You ask ChatGPT to create a short article referencing fatigue, caffeine, and workplace stress. Next, stress and poor sleep are draining America's energy. And then the tie-in, that's why products like blank are trending. They fill the gap naturally. And then you tell them to click the orange shopping cart below if they want to buy the product. Some pro tips. Use create me an article that argues ... Always pull the strongest 2 to 3 sentences for your TikTok and then pair your argument with screenshot visuals. That's the big one. Make sure you are showing screenshot visuals. That's really the main reason I like using this. And then we'll go through the example. So recap, this was more about the flow of the videos. You hit them with the pain point, then you find, or you make them feel like they can relate to you in some ways. So if I'm talking about energy levels, then I would say that's where I was. I had no energy. I wake up every morning. I was tired, yada, yada, yada. Then you plug the AI article as proof. So it's just a quick, credible image saying that you're not alone. There was a study that they conducted where they did research on whatever. And then the transition. So what I was able to do whenever I had the same issue was I found blank, tie in the product. Here's the supplement that people are turning to, and then the call to action. If you want to try to grab this before they sell out, click the orange shopping cart below. They're going fast or they're on a flash sale. Be careful about mentioning price because for some reason TikTok is struggling with the price issues, and people are getting hit with violations for that. Now, let's go through this example together. I literally just created this, and this is not a perfect video by any means, but this is what I created, and I'll explain why I did each thing the way that I did it. Here we go. Let's start off the video. I'm going to walk you through each step. Full-time job, that your nervous system, I think it's pretty safe to say that if you live in America and you work a full-time job, that your nervous system is cooked. Because I freaking know that if you work a normal job, you wake up every morning feeling tired. Maybe 1 out of every 5 days you wake. So here is the article that supports my claim. Now, I will say this, like I said, this video is not perfect. I did this, honestly, if I was going to redo this, I would do it completely different, and I would actually talk about the article, but I had already had the video recorded, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to give it a try. My God, look at that guy, just looks like he's seen a freaking monster. But you can see here the study, according to recent workplace health surveys, yada, 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 and then at the beginning, I threw this up there. So America energy crisis hits the workforce. And then I could say as the hook, the exact same thing that I said verbally, and then mention the article. Now let's walk through the... Maybe 1 out of every 5 days you wake up and like, man, it's going to be a good day. Because if you're anything like me, you need caffeine. You got to have caffeine. There's a relatable portion. When I just do it for the love of the game, I don't even feel anything. But what happens whenever you drink a lot of caffeine is your nervous system just ramps up. You basically just dig yourself into a deeper and deeper... And this is me explaining why people feel this way. Affects your sleep quality, your sleep in general. Some people, like for me, I have a hard time falling asleep. So I did what every person probably has done before. What are some things that can help me with my energy? Why do I feel so tired? So I did all the research. I looked up everything. Want to know what I found? I found out that magnesium... Now, what I should have done in this, another mistake, is I should have put a study up here that supports magnesium being the best thing you can do for your nervous system as a whole. Is probably the best thing, if not the best thing you can take for those issues. What I also learned was maybe the magnesium you've been buying is only 1 or 2 forms of magnesium, which means that you're missing out on 6 other forms of magnesium. But I'm not, and let me show you why. So here we go. I haven't even shown the product yet. We're a minute into the video. The video length is 1 minute and 23 seconds. So the call to action, it's not like, there's not a huge window for the call to action. You should be building up to the call to action. A lot of you are just showing the product right off the rip, and the whole purpose and the goal is to not show the product right away unless you have a product that you should be showing right away. So if I was to sell this jacket, then yes, I would show off this jacket right away while talking about the jacket or however I sell it. But with supplements in particular, and you're doing story time style videos, it doesn't have to be supplements either. It can be things like NeuroGam's a really good one. But a lot of these things that people take to help them with something, make sure your call to action's not the majority portion of the video. I got this product. It's called Magnesium Complex, and basically what it is it's 8 different forms of magnesium. Problem is, you can't find this stuff anywhere. So what I did here with the magnesium is I said the magnesium compared to the other magnesium, so the one that I was showing them in the video, is 8 different forms compared to a normal magnesium product only being 1 form. So I just showed the disparity between the 2 products, and then I also threw in some scarcity, saying it's hard to find. You can't find it anywhere. It's going viral all over TikTok, and everybody's going to the retail stores and buying it. Then I also threw in that it's going viral all over TikTok. So that right there alone would be FOMO. So you're hitting FOMO, you're hitting the scarcity portion of the video, or the scarcity, FOMO, and trying to trigger all these different things that make people want to buy something. Get the same magnesium that I got, the complex 8-in-1. You might have a chance. They're on TikTok right now. I don't know if they're still in stock, but you can click this little orange cart and try to grab them while you can. There's a video. That's how I did it right there. I just posted that video just to try it out and test out the angles and everything. But that right there, the structure of the video, whether that video blows up and gets millions of views or it doesn't get millions of views, that doesn't mean that it's a bad angle. You continuously test different things until something works. The entire flow and structure on how it was being sold is how you should be trying to sell these supplements on TikTok. So make sure, if you are somebody that doesn't know how to edit TikToks and maybe throw in some overlay, it's extremely simple. I have a video on that within the Titans course videos. You can check that out, but start using AI for your articles to support your arguments. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Let's make some money.